What's up, everyone? I'm back at y'all with another video. Now for this one, I decided why not talk about what I want to see in It Chapter 3. Now, I know that the It movies are based off of Stephen King's novel It. So if they did do an It Chapter 3 movie, it would probably be a sequel to the book, which would be kind of wild, and then also a sequel to the movie. So yeah, and I loved, It Chapter 1 and 2, and I actually enjoyed the miniseries quite a bit. It's a classic, but it's not as good as these ones, because there's a lot of cutaway kills in this film, and this one they show a lot more. In these two, they show a lot more gore and everything. So yeah, and I think that since It Chapter 1 and 2, the remakes made so much money at the box office. They made so much. Like the first remake of It made $700 million at the box office, the highest grossing horror film of all time. And then It Chapter 2 also made a lot of money too. So that made $470 something million. Even though it didn't make as much as the last one did, it still made a lot of money. So yeah, so why wouldn't they make Chapter 3? And I think they should make 2 more. And I want to explain that in this video. Because It Chapter 3, I think, should leave off immediately after like a lot of years or a few years after It Chapter 2 with new characters. And then I think that the 4th chapter should be, his origin story from way back before he went against the Losers Club, like way back, like this. You learn about Pennywise's origin way back in the 4th chapter. So that's what I think they should do, because it'll be interesting. Since those made so much money, I think that's exactly what they should do. Now, this is what I want to see in It Chapter 3. I want to see them to introduce new characters, and I want them to have. There's a lot of stuff they can do. There's a lot of good story details they can tell in this film. I want it to take place a few years after It Chapter 2, and they introduce new characters, and it's like they heard rumors about Pennywise and stuff, and it's like they bring Pennywise back. That's what I want to see. I want to see Pennywise gaining his strength back. Like I want everyone starting to fear Pennywise again, because the town and Derry, everyone's talking about Pennywise a lot more now. And it's like people quit talking about it for a lot of years, and then they start bringing Pennywise back in, start talking about Pennywise a lot, and then that's what's going to bring Pennywise back. Because people were starting to have nightmares of Pennywise this time, and people were starting to get scared of Pennywise, and then Pennywise feeds off of fear. So that's will be a good story to tell, and that's what's going to bring Pennywise back, and you have some newer characters involved in this film, and that's what I want to see. New characters also, and I want to see some gory kills in this film. I want them to up the ante from Chapter 1 and 2, and like I said, I know it's going it would pretty much be a sequel to the book in a way. Why it's a sequel to the movies, but I just think it'll be interesting. It'll be a huge movie. Everyone will want to go see this film, and stuff. And when I first watched the first remake of it blew me away. It blew me away when I saw that in the theater, because in the miniseries, even though I enjoyed the film, you didn't see that much gory stuff. You just see like a lot of cutaway kills. You just see Pennywise opening his mouth, but you don't see him bite nothing or nothing. You just go, ah. It didn't look scary that much. And stuff in the remakes, Pennywise was legit scary. And he looked awesome, And I think that in It Chapter 3, they should have a great story to tell, and they need to do something like tell an interesting story on how to bring Pennywise back. And they need to add some new characters, and they need to add some new unique kills in with this film. Now, would that be a trip if Stephen King decided to write the script for It Chapter 3? If he did that, it's going to make probably $1 billion at the box office, because Stephen King writes his own, like he writes the script for It Chapter 3, and it brings it in the studio, and you know it's going to make money because Stephen King wrote the books, and now he's writing a script for the It Chapter 3 movie. That's a sequel basically to the book, and of course basically to the movies, because the movies are based off the book. That'll be interesting. That'll be very interesting. And so yeah, I think that they should do 2 more It movies. It Chapter 3, which is a sequel to It Chapter 2, of course. It Chapter 3, and then a few years later they should do It Chapter 4, but it's like an origin story of how, of Pennywise. Like, it's gonna be an origin, part 4 is, and stuff, but it'll be an interesting story though. They need to come up with some unique kills still in the origin of it, all in part 4, but I think that part 4 will be good if they do that, but I think that chapter 3 will be better because it will be a sequel to the remakes, and it'll be a sequel to the book. So I just think chapter 3 will be better if they do it that way, and then part 4 will be good, but not as good as part 3 probably, but it'll still be decent film. That's what I think is going to happen. So all this stuff I said about It Chapter 3, that's what I want to see. It's good story, new characters. I want it to take place a few years after It Chapter 2, with new characters and stuff. And I want them to explain, what's making Pennywise come back to life. And that would just be interesting, and stuff will be interesting, and that's what I think they should do. And then some gory kills in the mix with It Chapter 3. I think it'll be a very, very good movie if they do all the stuff I said, in It for It Chapter 3, because that's what I want to see in It Chapter 3. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, what would y'all want to see in It Chapter 3? What would y'all want to see? So yeah, I guess that's it for this video. If y'all enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and please subscribe and share. And also hit the bell so you know when a new video is uploaded. Peace out. Hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'm out. Peace.